All right. Now, screening process mein there are two things. First one is the verbal and non-verbal basic aptitude test. Now, it is a basic aptitude 10 standard test with English and verbal and non-verbal reasoning, like logical reasoning questions. And it tests your OIR, officer intelligence rating, will be given to you on the basis of this, and it will test just your basic aptitude and your basic logical and reasoning sense. And the next thing is the PPDT, which is called the picture perception and discussion test. Now, this one is a bit tricky. What happens is you'll be set in a hall, and there will be a picture of this sort. It will be a little hazy. It won't be very clear, and this will be flashed on the screen for about 30 seconds. Now you have to write a story on that picture in 4 minutes. You'll be given 4 minutes time. After 4 minutes, your stories will be collected and you'll be distributed in a batch of 15 or 20 students. You will taken in a separate room, and then you will have a group discussion about it. Each candidate will be given 1 minute to say their own story, their own version of the story, what they thought of the story, and then so on. All other candidates will tell their story. Then they'll have a group discussion, and the topic of the discussion will be the stories. Now, what they have to do is they have to stop on a common story. All of them have to stop, blend their stories and stop on a common story. That is the only motive of that GD, to bring out a common story with everyone present in the room. If you're not able to do that, I'm sorry to say, but you will be screened out, because that is a very important part of screening in, because it shows how you are able to take control of the room and take control of people, and in a very logical way. Now, after all this, after your screening is done, if when you're selected, stage 2 begins of this SSB. Uh, After all the screening in, the people who are stayed back, they are given a PIQ, which is the personal information questionnaire. Now, many of the personal interview questions which you will go through in the SSB will be based on this form, the PIQ form. Please do not write something or exaggerate something in that form, because the interviewer will grill you on it. He will ask you questions based on that form only. Your interests, your hobbies, if you do it, write it. If you don't do it, please don't write it. Don't say you like playing football when you don't know what it is and you don't like football, because he will get to it. And dishonesty is a very big offense in all the armed forces. Please be very clear, please be very precise, and please be very honest in filling out all the information regarding you. And please do not overwrite or exaggerate your point of view over there. All right. Now, stage 2, first one is the psychological test. Probably the most important part of the SSB exam, of the SSB interviews. It is a battery of projective tests. All tests are used to check the psychological suitability of the candidate to be an officer. Now, in these tests, the time limit is very crucial. All right, because you are given a very small amount of time to write quite a much, because then the idea behind it is to get your first thought that is in your mind onto the paper. Because if you don't write your first response which you're getting in your mind, you'll lose out on time and you won't be able to complete it. It is always advisable to get to complete it, because that shows that you are fast and quick and have quick thinking. It has 4 main parts. First, the thematic apperception test, or the TAT. Now, in the TAT, you'll be shown 12 slides. Like in the PPDT, you were shown one slide. Here, you'll be shown 12 slides, and the 12th slide will be a blank one. You have to write story on each of the slides. You'll be given 4 minutes to write the story. The story will be projected onto the projector in the room for 30 seconds. And you have to write a story in 4 minutes in based on all the slides. The last slide, which is blank, you just supposed to write any story which you want. It can be like maybe your life story, or something happened to you or your friend, or just out of the blue, any story that you want, you can write it. Second one is the word association test, or the WAT. Now, in VAT, 60 words will be displayed on the screen back to back for 15 seconds. 15 seconds, one word will be displayed. After 15 seconds, another word will be displayed, and it will go on till 60 words are completed. And you have to write a sentence for that word in that 15 seconds. So in this, the timing is very important, because as soon as you see the word up on the screen, you have to pen it down. You have to write a sentence regarding the word. And mostly, this is just a bit of a tip, but try to keep that sentence as positive as you can, because there are some words there. For example, there can be a word like black. So you can just write like, I like the color black. It doesn't have to be a complex sentence, but it has to be a positive one. Like black money is uh, wrong for the, or harmful for the country. Now all these things you will be taught here. And the next one is the situation reaction test, which is the SRT. Now you'll be given a booklet with 60 situations, 60 situations written on it, and you have to just write however you will react to that situation. The time which will be given to you will be 30 minutes, and in 30 minutes time you have to respond to 60 reaction tests. All right, last one, which is the self description test. It is a very unique and a very interesting thing, because you are required to write opinions about you, which you think your parents, your friends, your teachers, and then yourself would have about you. So if I'm writing the self description test, first I'll write opinions, what my parents think of me, and next is what my friends think of me. The third one is what my teachers think of me, and the last one is what I think of me. And what would you like to develop, your strengths, weaknesses, and extra. And you'll be given a total of 15 minutes for this test. So all these 4 tests, they pile up to be the psychological test, which is very important, and you have to be very well prepared. And you just have to have that psychology of an officer to do well in this. And if you don't, you'll just not get through. It's as simple as that. The second thing, the second stage is group testing officer, which is the GTO. Now there you'll be divided into some groups, and you will be given a series of outdoor tasks to perform within the group, and you have to like support all your members. And this is a very important thing, but you have to remember that you're not to compete with any of your group members. सबको साथ में लेके चलना है, किसी के साथ compete नहीं करना आपने, because that reflects a little poorly on you. All right. Now these are the bullet points which you can see. These are the tasks in the GTO. First is the group discussion. It is like a normal group discussion. You will be given topics mostly on the current affairs. You will be given like 2 or 3 topics for your GD, and like normally how a GD works. Second one is the group planning exercise. Now group planning exercise is what you'll be given a situation, and you'll be given a map. And you based on situation and the map, you have to plan an exercise, and you have to figure out a solution. And in this, all the group members are required to discuss their plans and whatever norms they think would fit into it. And then you have to come to a common plan as a group to execute it. And then one person will be nominated from the group to explain your plan with a pointer and on the map. The third one is the PGT, which is the progressive group task. Now here you are required to cross some obstacles with the help of supporting materials like rope, plank, wood, and etc. Now there are some rules which you have to follow in PGT, like some parts of it would be painted blue, which you can which you can go and you can touch. Some parts of the obstacles which would be painted red, where you can't go at all and you can't touch that. And you have to make sure that all your group passes through the obstacle with the required supporting material which you have. The next one is the half group task. Is the exact same as the PGT, but the group is half, so it gives you more chance to show your potential, and gives you more chance to voice your options and voice your opinions, take control of the group and help everyone, not compete with everyone in any manner. Please remember that it is absolutely crucial. The next one is the individual obstacle task. Now, individual obstacle task, there are 10 obstacles which are placed. It is like a ground over there, and you have to just required to attempt to pass 12 obstacles, and each obstacle consists of a point from 1 to 10. So some obstacles may be easier and they would maybe have 4 3 4 points. Some obstacles are tough, they would be having 8 9 points. But what I have experienced in my time at the SSB was, they don't expect you to do every single obstacle. All right, because some of the obstacles require a little technique, without which you can seriously enjoy yourself. But what they do look for is your ability to approach the obstacle. If you are intimidated by the obstacle, अगर आप वहां खड़े हो गए obstacle के सामने सोच रहे हो कि यार ये तो नहीं हो पाएगा, if you hesitate to go to an obstacle, and if you are hesitating, and अगर आपके दिमाग में है कि ये तो बहुत मुश्किल है, नहीं हो पाएगा, then the GTO will pick up on it. The group testing officer, जो GTO वहां बैठा हुआ, who will be there to assess you, he will pick up on it, and you will have a little negative marking over there. Because no matter what, even if you don't know how to do it, even if there's a small danger of getting hurt, maybe getting a scratch on your arm or on your leg or whatever, you have to show absolute courage and you have to show absolute determination to pass that obstacle test. It doesn't matter how many you do. I have seen people who have done only 4 obstacles in 2 minutes and have gotten recommended. I have seen people who have done 10 obstacles and have not got recommended. So you just have to show courage and you just have to show that you are not afraid of the obstacles which are there in front of you. The next one is the command task, which is a quite an important one. In this task, you will be the commander, all right? And you will be required to cross some obstacles with the help of 2 3 subordinates. Now within the group, you will choose 2 or 3 members, 2 or 3 candidates which are there with you in the group, and you will just command them, you will guide them, you will not help them, you will just guide them and tell them just to do this, put the ropes there, put the wood there, and go on top of this. You have to just guide them and let them cross the obstacle. The second last thing is the snake race, which is kind of a fun race. It is not so scored in that, but there'll be a long rope which is called a snake like thing, which will be given to you. Every group will be having it. You have to hold on to the snake, make sure you never let it go, and you have to complete some obstacles with it. It is a very fun race. It's a lot of shouting and howling and just cheering. It is quite fun. And the last thing is the individual lecture. Now in that, what will happen is each candidate will be giving a lecture of 3 minutes on a topic selected by the candidate himself. Now the GTO will give the candidate 2 to 3 of maybe 4 topics, and the candidate has to choose within those 4 topics on which topic he would like to speak, and they have to speak for a total of 3 minutes. All right, the next thing is the personal interview. Now on second, third, fourth day, as your GTO is getting done, and simultaneously people will be called one by one in the evening for the personal interview. And the personal interview, like I said, it will be based on your personal information questionnaire, PIQ, which you would have filled before, and some other general knowledge and current affairs based questions. So it doesn't hurt to pick up on your general knowledge and brush up on your current affairs. Just read the newspaper and the news. You should know what is going on in the world. And especially if you write in your PIQ that you love sports and you love to play a particular sport, if there is something regarding that sport which is going on in the world right now, if there is some very big news in the world about that sport, you should know that, because the interviewer will ask you it. Now on the final day, there's the conference. Yeah, all the SSB board members will be there. They'll be in their uniforms, and you'll go one by one to the room. They'll just ask you how was your stay and any suggestions and what did you learn over here. So at this point of time, mostly all the candidates, they have decided that whether they want to put a candidate through or not. But if there is some doubt regarding the candidate, if the board members are on like the borderline as to if they want to put this candidate through or not, they may give the candidate some situations and see their reaction or some questions they'll ask, and that's it. The final day, your results are announced, and successful candidates remain for their medical examination, which takes place over a course of 3 to 5 days at a military hospital, which will be present in that city of where your SSB will be taking place. And that's it. SSB. Then you go for your academy training, and I assure you that the training in the academy will be fun. Of course, it'll be fun, but it will be hell. Some of it you will never have experienced before. For example, if I tell you my case, I never imagined that I would run 40 kilometers with a 20 kg backpack and a 5 kg rifle in my hand all throughout the night. And I don't think anybody imagines that, because they don't know how much their body can go through and how much their body can take. So it's all fun. You are with your course-mates, you are with your friends. They become your family. Your mom, dad, bhai, बहन सब वही होते हैं वहाँ पे, your course-mates. And it's a very different feeling over there. It's a very fulfilling feeling over there. You have that pride, you have that honor within you, you have that discipline, and it's just an amazing thing being there. So lastly, I would just urge you, why would you choose Passion Academy for your training, or for coaching for the NDA or the SSB or CDS? First and foremost, we have very experienced and skilled teachers. Now, as you saw, Yadav sir, he was in the army, and uh, I want to tell you that people who have served that much time in the army, they have a lot of life skills and a lot of life lessons for people of any age group. It doesn't matter if you're a kid, if you're an adult, if you're an old person, but having that kind of mentor in your life not only helps you to see your goals through, but it'll help you in every stage of your life, be it your life goals, or your career or your developmental goals. And in the Passion Academy, all the students are given undivided attention, and teachers make sure that students remain motivated and encouraged, which is extremely important. Somewhere the teachers may be good, they may address to the issues and address to the questions being asked, the problem being asked, but the main problem which comes is the students lose motivation. They lose that inner spark. So here at Passion Academy, the teachers, we make sure that you are motivated and you are encouraged, and we'll help you all the way through it. And of course, we offer the best value for money courses, as we see education is truly an investment, and we're committed to offer you the best. Now, we offer vast array of courses depending on the need of students, of course. The longest thing is the dual success program, which is your 11th, your 12th, and the NDA coaching. So it is almost 2 years of coaching with us, and it helps you get the basics right for the class 11 through 12th, and also the NDA coaching. The second one is only 12th for the boards, especially, and the NDA coaching. Third one is the short-term course, which you can take for about 4 to 6 months, depending when you have your NDA exam or when you're planning to appear for the NDA exam. And the last one is the crash course, which is about a month and a half. And that's it. If you have any other queries and regarding the admissions and the fees and everything, you can please note down these numbers, these three numbers, and you can call on it. You can WhatsApp on these numbers. It will be available 24/7. And if you have any queries which you want to ask, these numbers are there for your help. And lastly, do you have it in you? If you think you have the courage, the mental strength, the determination, the valor, the commitment, the honor, the pride, and the passion for the Indian Armed Forces, you should definitely go and opt for any technical or any untechnical, non-technical schemes of the Indian Armed Forces, be it Army, Navy, Air Force. It is an honorable way to live your life, and there can nothing be more honorable and passion than this. All right. Thank you so much, and Jai Hind. Sir, आप please take over.
थैंक यू अभिनव सर,
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
बहुत अच्छी जानकारी आपने दी और डेफिनेटली हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को इससे रास्ता मिलेगा कि कैसे डिफेंस में अपना करियर बना सकते हैं। स्पेशली आज आपने एनडीए और एसएसबी को पर ज़्यादा फोकस किया।
हाँ जी।
और स्टूडेंट्स जैसे कि आर्टिकल में मैंने पहले भी मेंशन किया था कि डिफेंस में जाना ये एक जीवन, कैसे जीवन जिया जाता है, डिसिप्लिन, मतलब केवल मिलिट्री में आप लड़ने के लिए या पैसे कमाना, पेंशन मिलता है वगैरह, यही नहीं। डिफेंस आपको एक स्टैंडर्ड लिविंग स्टाइल देता है, एक डिसिप्लिन्ड स्टाइल देता है। अगर आपने ऑब्जर्व किया हो तो डिफेंस, अगर किसी के पेरेंट डिफेंस में है तो उनके बच्चे भी डिफेंस में ही जाना चाहते हैं। आखिर क्यों ऐसा होता है? क्योंकि उन्हें पता है कि डिफेंस के फायदे क्या है। डिफेंस में ट्रेनिंग लेने वाला पर्सन या 10 साल 15 साल 20 साल बिताने वाला पर्सन लाइफ में कभी फेल नहीं हो सकता। वो लाइफ में कहीं भी जाएगा, बुलंदियों पे ही रहेगा, आगे ही रहेगा, क्योंकि उसके अंदर स्थितियों से लड़ने की क्षमता वो डेवलप कर लेता है। किसी भी कठिन परिस्थिति में अपने आप को कैसे संभालना है, उस परिस्थितियों से कैसे निकलना है, ये सब डिफेंस में ट्रेनिंग हो चुकी होती है स्टूडेंट्स। तो आप जरूर डिफेंस के करियर ऑप्शंस सोचें, गूगल सर्च करें। बहुत अच्छा करियर डिफेंस का है, बहुत अच्छी लाइफस्टाइल है, और सबसे बड़ी बात कि देश के लिए कुछ करने का मौका आपको मिलता है। तो अगर इस और भी आपको कोई प्रश्न है तो 3 नंबर आपने अभी नोट कर लिया होगा, इस नंबर पर फोन कर सकते हैं और अधिक जानकारी ले सकते हैं। हमारे बैचेस के बारे में जानकारी हम जल्दी ही आप तक शेयर करेंगे। और फिर से एक बार मैं वीडी यादव जी सर का और अभिनव चंदेल सर का, आनंद सर का शुक्रिया करता हूँ, धन्यवाद करता हूँ कि उन्होंने इतना अच्छा वेबिनार का आयोजन किया। थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स, थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, थैंक यू सर, अभिनव सर, थैंक यू। बंशीधर जी सर, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? सर आपकी आवाज म्यूट, सर अनम्यूट करिए पहले।
सर मुझे बोल रहे हैं सर आप?
बंशीधर, नहीं, बंशीधर सर को कह रहा हूँ। यादव सर, आप अपने आप को अनम्यूट करिए पहले, होस्ट को। हाँ यस सर, आप बोलिए सर, आप बोलिए।
हाँ, मैं बोला सर बहुत अच्छा रहा प्रोग्राम और अच्छा लगा, मजा आ गया। अब इससे ज्यादा क्या है, जो कुछ अभिनव सर ने बोला इसके बाद थोड़ा बड़ा आपने कमियां पूरी कर दिया, और क्या चाहिए।
सर थैंक यू वेरी मच, आपकी वजह से ये सब संभव हो पाया है।
नहीं, ये सब अभिनव सर का वो क्या बोलते हैं ना, इंटरेस्ट। हम तो सोच रहे थे कि अभिनव सर क्या रिस्पांस करेंगे, हमारी बात मानेंगे नहीं मानेंगे, लेकिन एकदम अच्छा प्रिपरेशन करके अपना बच्चों को बता दिया जो भी है। अच्छा लगा सर, बढ़िया रहा अभिनव सर।
सो
अभिनव सर आई थिंक ऑफलाइन हो गए।
तो ठीक है
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू सर। सो विद्यार्थियों, मित्रों, भारत भाग्य विधाताओं, अब आपका समय शुरू होता है। आप इस पर विचार करिए और बहुत जल्दी ही निर्णय लीजिए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सभी का। आनंद सर मीटिंग क्लोज कर सकते हैं।